following is a conversation with our magazine's founder, Kevin Ellerton, and the world-renowned spiritual teacher, Sadhguru. And Sadhguru has gained massive popularity over the internet through his viral videos in which he shares his wisdom. And in this time that we are all living in, the coronavirus pandemic, it has been especially helpful for people to view Sadhguru's videos. And so we knew we would have a very interesting conversation with him. And in this interview, Sadhguru holds nothing back. Some of the answers that he gives to the questions that we ask may be very surprising to you. So I am sure that it is something that you will enjoy. And as always, if you would like to see more interviews like this one, then click the link right below me to subscribe to Meditation Magazine.
So for people who are right now, there's a lot of people stuck at home in lockdowns that are not able to work, and the United States right now is not allowing. They're not. The government isn't helping as much as it should for a lot of different types of people, or at least that's my opinion. Some people don't have work right now, and they still have to pay rent or mortgage. They still have to pay their expenses, and they're stuck at home. And it's a very stressful situation. I'm not saying what's right or wrong in terms of what the government should do. I'm just saying there's a lot of people right now that are stressed. Do you have any words for them of what they can do to get through this better?
Well, I'm sure in the televisions or maybe in the movies, people are always seeing war zones and stuff. The previous generations of people, America has never really seen a war, I'm saying. When I say you have not seen a war, you always fought your wars in some other country. Maybe you lost some young men and women, unfortunate, but you've not seen war in your country, okay? So if you look at World War II, if you look at World War I, what happened in Europe and that kind of stuff, well, compared to a war or a famine or a flood or an earthquake, this pandemic is much better because this is a softball. If you are conscious and your behavior is very responsible, then you can easily pass through that. All it's demanding is a conscious, responsible behavior. So now that there is no work, yes, there are economic issues, not just for individuals, for businesses, small and large, except a few businesses, all others are suffering. Even institutions like us, we are sitting here for almost a year without any revenue. We have projects which we cannot go back on. We have children to feed. We have thousands of people on our hands, and we have taken up community feeding. Every day we are feeding 16,000, 17,000 people. Plus we have schools to run where there's no fee, there's no nothing right now. We have 5.2 million farmers with whom we have a commitment. Those programs are on. Tree plantations are going on. So I'm saying it's hard that without any revenue, you want to do all this activity. You don't want to go back on your commitment. So there is a problem. So the problem is not only for the individual person, it's for the business, it's for the institution, and it is for the government also, we need to understand. Every government in the world is trembling under the stress of this pandemic. Everywhere, okay?
Yep.
So government does not mean it's a limitless source of money or whatever. There is a certain this thing, but I feel United States government has done plenty. Maybe some people feel it's not enough, that's up to them, but I don't want to dispute that opinion. Maybe it is not enough, I don't know. I'm not an expert on U.S. economy, all right? That's a different matter. But I'm saying, when a time like this comes, the most important thing is, even now, because the U.S. is still under a reasonable lockdown, right now everybody take up this stance. In the next 6 weeks, you will be 10% physically fitter, mentally 10% more alert, emotionally 10% more balanced. In terms of whatever work you do, 10% better in your competence. Just do this, if the whole of America does this, or if the whole of the world does this, oh, what a wonderful world. If everybody is 10% better, how fantastic a world you're living in. Why don't we do that instead of just cribbing and crying? See, we are not starving to death, right? Our comforts are gone. Our comforts are gone. At the most, what will happen, I am asking? At the most, what will happen? We will live like how we were living 10 years ago. Till things go bad means we will live like how we were living here 20 years ago. Still horrible things happen to economy means we will live here the way we were living 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I was alive and everything was fine, I'm telling you. Yes, definitely we did not have
Yeah.
what we have today, but we were fine. So if we go back a little bit like that, only comforts and conveniences may go down, but we are not starving. In today's world, nobody needs to starve. There's enough food, there's enough transportation to reach the food. I don't think anybody will starve. Only a few countries in Africa and a few other places, starvation is an issue. Even in India, we only have to feed about 2% of the population. Rest of them will manage their food, okay? If not some great food, at least some nourishment they will manage. 2% of the 2 to 3% of the population are helpless. For them we are feeding, all right? But that is not the case in America. Nobody need to die of starvation. There are ways to survive in America. There is so much nature, there is so much space for the population that you have. So don't complain, it's okay. Every generation goes through something. As I said, this is not a hard ball. This is a soft ball. Let's handle it well. Let's hit it properly.